health. Alright. Hello everybody, welcome back to Killer Film Reviews. Today I'm reviewing the film Xmen Origins Wolverine. It stars a well-renowned cast: Hugh Jackman, Ryan Reynolds, a whole bunch of amazing folks. I believe that the film is just laughable for how they just massacred certain characters. The whole premise of the film is Logan, or James Howlett, whatever name you want to use, James Howlett or Wolverine, Jimmy, is basically like a young boy and whatnot, and he's living with his brother Victor. Victor basically, can we just talk for a moment about how Victor was actually decent? He's supposed to be Sabretooth, and yet how Sabretooth in the X-Men was a joke? I mean, who else was thinking about that? That poor guy who had to dress up in that costume and then barely got any screen time? Oh man, that's just hilarious how they couldn't even get the character right. Jeez. There's so many funny things about the Fox X-Men that you can just rip on all day, but X-Men Origins is definitely one of the jankiest films ever. It just destroys so many characters. There's a whole, basically Wolverine has to go on a mission with Victor eventually after Victor gets caught in Vietnam for doing bad stuff, pretty much. Trying to force himself on a woman and stuff, which is really... You wouldn't even have that scene in like the current Hollywood. That scene would not have been allowed in the current Hollywood. They would have sat there and shucked this film into the rated R category for that. If this was being reviewed by today's standards. Just for that scene alone. Times were different back in the early 2000s compared to now. Things are more stricter when it comes to film ratings and all that. Things are changing. Times are changing. A lot of things that Logan does in this film, for instance, people might be like, oh, that's not good. That's not good. And I'm just like, it was made in a different time. You got to remember what time the film was made, what year it was made, and this obviously was Fox. Man, it's just funny how Ryan Reynolds gets to talk a lot with his character Deadpool toward the beginning of the film, yet toward the end of the film, he just has no lines whatsoever. That's why there's a certain Easter egg at the end of Deadpool 2, which I will not spoil. You'll get it, but yeah, you gotta have watched X-Men Origins to get the Easter egg at the end of Deadpool 2. Yeah, I thought that the acting was... Hugh Jackman's acting good, Victor's acting good, what the hell, General Stryker, or whatever his name is, okay-ish. Honestly, I feel that the film fails to just... I feel like the writing was really poor when it came to really the character of Wolverine in this film. I feel like Wolverine could have had a much better origin story than what they gave him. I feel like you could have spent more time just exploring the different wars. And you could have actually expanded this out and made this like a 2 or 3 part saga if you really had taken the time, Fox, to actually do that. But did they? No, they didn't take the time to draw out the saga like they should have. I'm trying to think. I think this was made after X-Men 1, so that's why things don't quite line up perfectly, from what I understand. But yeah, I did rewatch X-Men 1. I got partway through, so that'll probably be the next review after this, is my guess. I had to bail on The Woman King because it was getting awful reviews and I just wasn't going to waste my time on that. When it comes out for streaming, then I'll probably watch it. I'm just not going to go out to the theater for something that's not historically accurate. Granted, films do have a liberty to do that occasionally. but I prefer to have my historical accuracy. At the end of the day, I'll give it a chance once I can rent it. I'm not going to go out to the theaters to see it now. Nothing against the talented cast. I'm sure they worked really hard on that film. They were probably just let down by the writing. Same with like that Ghostbusters 2016 film, let down by poor writing. X-Men Origins also has poor writing when you think about it, because the character of Deadpool did not have laser eyes, for crying out loud. There may be a comic where he had that, but in the mainline continuity with Deadpool, I don't believe he has laser eyes. I'm sorry, that was just ridiculous. They tried to turn this Deadpool in this film into like an amalgamation of all the different mutant powers, pretty much. It's no wonder the whole idea was dropped after this film, because it was terrible. Don't get me started on the whole plot point where Logan has to lose his memory. I thought that was the stupidest thing ever in a film, to make a character lose their memory. The only reason why they did that was to make it fit within the X-Men timeline. That's the only reason. Can we talk about how Gambit was basically never featured in a Marvel project again? Like an X-Men project, and how he only showed up in X-Men Origins and never showed up again? I thought his character was great in this film. The actor that plays him did a good job. Oh man, the female characters, do I think that they were okay? Yeah, but you got this sort of damsel in distress for part of it. For part of it anyway. Then you realize that the one was kind of setting Wolverine up. What does that remind me of, I wonder? Yeah, that has happened to me in life, hasn't it? Yeah. Honestly, I think that a lot of our films these days, some of them are better written, some of them are not, but I think they can all learn from the poor characterization of Deadpool and how Deadpool was given laser eyes. Deadpool wasn't even allowed to speak, which is just stupid. I think the only reason why they didn't let him speak is they know that Deadpool likes to swear, and they would have had to push it to an R rating, and they would have had less profits. That's my whole theory behind that. Then they actually make a Deadpool film, and it does tremendously well many years later. It's crazy how time corrects a lot of wrongs. Do I rate this film highly? No, I do not. Morbius at least had some funniness to this. Yes, this one has funniness to it, but they massacred Deadpool. They made all the characters act really stupid. I have to give this film like a 5 out of 10 for just major writing flaws on Deadpool and making Wolverine forget his memory. I'm sorry, but that should have not have happened in the film. Wolverine should have been allowed to keep his memory. But then again, yes, X-Men won, that's why they couldn't, but seriously. And let's not even forget how they forgot about the whole character Victor, how Victor was in there and then his character is basically poofed out of existence and replaced by some kitty cat version of him, which doesn't make any sense. Sabretooth became like nothing after X-Men Origins. He just was a background character. Just like how in X-Men 1 there was that frog guy and he became a background character. He wasn't ever mentioned again. Yeah. Fox's writing. We can thank Fox for helping start the superhero genre. We know who really kicked it off, and that was Sony with their Spider-Man 1 and 2. Which there are reviews for on this channel. You can find them by looking in the 2021 playlist, I want to say. Either that or it's in the 2022 playlist for killer film reviews. I believe that we are due for Spider-Man 3 sometime in the near future. The Tobey Maguire Spider-Man 3. Anyway, take care, everybody. I know this is a shorter film review than usual, but I'm going to get to watching some more films, and I'm going to try to keep the videos coming. Thank you for your support as always, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you so much.